When you've done long division in the past, you've probably understood that sometimes you don't get a remainder, and that means that thing you were dividing was exactly divisible by whatever you were dividing by. But then sometimes you get a remainder, and that's sort of where you stop. You say, oh, the answer is 2 with a remainder of 1 or something like that. However, you don't have to stop. You can actually keep dividing, and you'll get an answer in a decimal form. So let me show you how that pretty cool and a magical thing works. Here we've got a problem 16 divided by 5, and you might already know that this is not going to divide evenly. We're going to have a remainder, except this time we're not going to have a remainder. We're going to have a decimal part of the answer. So let's see. The first question I have to ask myself when I've set up this division problem is how many 5s go into 16? And I know 3 times 5 is 15, and that's pretty close without going over, so that's a good bet. So 3 times 5 is 15. And then we subtract, and that leaves 1. Now at this point, no 5s go into 1, so I would say that, well, the answer is 3 with a remainder of 1. But we don't have to stop. If we want to go on, you just put a decimal point here, okay? And then you just add a 0 and bring it down. Now, how many 5s go into 10? 10 divided by 5 is 2, so that's even. So 2 times 5 is 10, and then when we subtract, we get a 0, no remainder, so we're done. And the answer here is not 3 remainder 1. I mean, well, it is, but if you want to express it as a decimal, it is 3.2. Let's try one more of these so we get some practice. All right, 14 divided by 8. So we'll set that one up in the normal way. And the first question, how many 8s in 14? Well, 2 times 8 is 16, so that's over already. So I guess we better put a 1 up here. So 1 times 8 is 8. And we'll subtract that. 14 minus 8 is 6. So the answer to 14 divided by 8 would be 1 with a remainder of 6. But if we want to do a decimal, we put a decimal point right there, add a 0. I'm going to extend this a little bit and bring it down. And now we've got 60. So how many 8s go into 60? Well, let's see. 5 times 8 is 40. And 6 times 8 is 48. And 7 times 8 is 56. 8 times 8 is 64. So I guess it's 7. So 7 times 8 is 56. We subtract, and we get a 4. And then we do the same thing again. We put in another 0 there and just bring it on down. And now we've got 40. Oh, and I just mentioned 8 times 5 is 40, so we can put a 5 up here, and when we multiply and subtract, we'll get a remainder of 0, so we know we can stop. And our answer there is 1.75. So that is the pretty cool way you can just keep dividing to get decimal answers instead of remainders.